Vice President JD Vance addressed the participants at the 52nd Annual March for Life in Washington D.C., marking his first public appearance since the inauguration. The 50th Vice President began his speech by promising the pro-life activists that he will be back next year.
Let me say thank you. Good afternoon, marchers. Thank you for having me. And it is an honor to be standing with you here today for life. We are proud to march with you, and yes, we will be back next year.
In his address, Vice President Vance emphasized the mission of the pro-life movement, protecting innocent life, defending the unborn, and promoting a culture that is both pro-family and pro-life in the fullest sense of the term. He lamented the fact that a culture of radical individualism had taken root in the society, which obscures the vision of the people. Instead of viewing the responsibilities and joys of family life, they are seen as obstacles to overcome. The Vice President made known his dream of a United States with more happy children and young men and women who are eager to welcome them into the world and eager to raise them. During his address, the Vice President said, quote, "We need a culture that celebrates life at all stages, one that recognizes and truly believes that the benchmark of national success is not our GDP number or our stock market, but whether people feel that they can raise thriving and healthy families in our country," end quote. His speech struck a hopeful tone as he announced the return of what he described as the most pro-family, most pro-life American president of our lifetimes. Vance pledged that under Donald Trump's administration, the federal government would no longer target pro-life activists or protesters. Referring to past events, he said, quote, "No longer will our government throw pro-life protesters and activists, elderly grandparents, or anybody else in prison. It stopped on Monday, and we are not going to let it return to this country," end quote.
Now, it is a lifelong call to action, a moment in time, but every single day that you guys do what you do, from supporting young moms and dads to fighting for the unborn to working with our legislatures at the state and federal level, you make it possible for us to stand here and say that America is fundamentally a pro-baby, a pro-life, and a pro-family country.
Vice President Vance is married to Usha, whom he met at Yale Law School. Together, they have 3 children. President Donald Trump also addressed the marchers in a video message. He expressed pride in being the first president to join the March for Life in person, having participated in 2020. Trump promised to continue standing for families and life during his second term and expressed his intention to offer assistance to new mothers and young families, as well as support for adoption and foster care. Additionally, President Trump vowed that a reformed Department of Justice would investigate attacks on churches and crisis pregnancy centers, bringing the perpetrators to justice. He closed his address by lauding the mission of pro-life activists to forge a society that welcomes and protects every child as a beautiful gift from the hand of our Creator.